two things that I both like very much. First thing, journaling. Of course, as you probably have seen by the majority of my video topics themes on this channel, the other thing will be astrology, zodiac signs, because who doesn't like to browse through the internet, through the magazines, see their zodiac sign, their little prediction, and be like, that's cool. And for the ones who know more about astrology, go deeper into the material that is out there, they know how accurate it can be. But I did my best to make some suggestions for every single zodiac sign. If it comes to journaling, what kind of journal, what kind of pages would fit with you according to your zodiac sign. I try to keep this video or the descriptions for every zodiac sign short. Feel free to look at different zodiac signs. And let's just start off. First, we start off with Aries. Aries is very adventurous, very energetic, courageous. They are confident. The Aries that I know, trust me, they are confident. They have this energy. You just immediately lit up when you see them. You get these high energy vibes. My personal experience, they can be moody sometimes, but that's fine because aren't we all sometimes? But the journal idea that I had for them would be a travel journal because of their adventurous side. They like to do some extremer stuff. So, of course, a travel journal, which is very self-explanatory, would fit with them. You can just go on a journey, travel out there into the world and write down your experiences. The other thing was an adventure journal, because I think travel journal is something that you may be linked to traveling, and traveling can be expensive. So an adventure journal is more accessible for everyone, as it's more mainly its purpose that you write about your little adventures, which can be in your very home, in your very hometown. Maybe it was a little picnic you had, or maybe you went cycling, or you did something new, you experienced something new. All those things you can write down in your adventure journal. I hope you can write down all the very cool, magnificent, fun things you do, so that you have something cool to look back on it. Then on to Taurus. Taurus is the second zodiac sign, and Taurus is a very patient, reliable zodiac sign. They love security. They are very loving themselves, not as in they love themselves. I hope you do love yourself, but more as in they show their love to the world and to other people. And they are very warm-hearted and determined. For Taurus, I was thinking about scripting / manifestation journaling. Because they're so determined and they have this vision, they are visionaries, I thought this is very fitting for them. Because if you don't know scripting is basically writing an event that hasn't happened in your life yet, but you really want it to happen, and being as detailed as possible, and just writing down the story of how you imagine your perfect event, your perfect life, whatever it is that you want to manifest, so that you get in the right headspace, you know what it is that you want, and also know what you need to chase, what things you need to say yes to, and what things you have to say, no, not today, no thanks, that's not in my vision, not something that's fitting for my vision. Scripting, manifestation journaling, just trying to make those things happen that you want to happen so badly. And I think this is something you can do in a very loving, playful way even. Another reason I think this is very fitting for Taurus is that Taurus likes security, and this can give them a sense of knowing what will happen, or knowing where they want to go, which gives them a sense of security. Then third zodiac sign is Gemini. Gemini is very social, very intelligent. The Geminis in my life, oh my god, they are so freaking intelligent. But they are very witty, funny even. I think they are great fun. I love to surround myself with Geminis, to be honest. Very versatile and adaptive. They can chat with almost everyone, I feel like. And on this communicating part, I wanted to build a journal ID page, or that's where I got my ID from, which is letter writing. I think it's a great idea for Geminis to write letters to certain people. This can be like a prompt and a meaning. You write a letter to someone you love, someone you have to forgive, someone you haven't seen in a while. You can think of many things, many people you can write letters to. Another thing that I was thinking about for Gemini is jewel writing, and this idea came of their archetype, which is the twins. And I think we all have these different personalities inside of us. That sounds very dramatic, but I don't know, we have like a work personality and we have a home personality. And it's not like that these are way different persons, but in a way they are different from each other. And sometimes we have a personality that we want to show to the world. But anyway, I think you get the point. So jewel writing will be writing about an event that occurred from different perspectives, from different viewing points from yourself. I hope you get the concept. I think it's very interesting to get new insights, which is also something I think is great for Gemini, as they are very intellectual, and I think this will help them further with their intellectual needs. Then on to Cancer. Hello, fellow Cancerians. Is that what you say? I don't know. But hello, welcome. For you, wait, first start off with Cancer. They are very emotional, very loving, and not emotional as in the crying way, but they just feel very deeply. Because I don't like that stereotype, even though sometimes it's true. But we can be very happy, but also very sad, I guess. We just feel everything so deeply. We are very imaginative, intuitive, protective, nurturing, sympathetic. Yeah. Also very nostalgic. And on this nostalgic kind of thing, but also the feeling very deeply, I wanted to suggest plain simple diary. But I'm convinced that you will like it, because we like to visit back memories and we like to put our emotions onto paper, just write down what happened during the day so it gets out of our mind, but also as a fun keepsake for later when we get older. And something else, which is also something that has to do with this nostalgic feeling that we have, is scrapbooking / keepsakes, putting them all down in your journal. This can be tickets, this can be pictures, like a photo album. But working with this nostalgic inner need, I would almost say, because I don't know about you guys, but if I see something from my past videos, photos, instantly boost my mood. So diary and scrapbooking. That's for you, little lovely Cancerians. Now we go to Leo. Leo is very creative, very enthusiastic, generous, very warm-hearted, very faithful, loving. They will probably believe in you, believe that you can do it. They will have you will support the people around you, which I think is a great trait. It's something that I see in my sister. She is a Leo and she never fails to believe in me. That's great to have someone like that in your life. But for you, Leo, working on your creative, enthusiastic side, I have in store for you the idea of an art journal / junk journal. Let's go to the art journal part. I mean, this is basically just a sketchbook, but I think an art journal is a bit more than just a sketchbook. It's more than just drawing, painting, all the creative stuff, but it's also analyzing art, seeing a beautiful piece, printing it out or referencing it and writing down what you saw. It's about making notes about art pieces that you saw or creative ideas that you have. So it's a bit more than just simply sketching, a sketchbook. It's really about celebrating art, I guess. And a junk journal is something that's now very popular on the internet, so you've probably heard of it. But junk journaling is gathering all this junk and making beautiful art pieces out of it. And I think this is something you can put your creativity in, making beautiful pieces, organizing all this junk into a beautiful page. So that's it for you, Leos. Then on to Virgo. It's very practical, very reliable, very intelligent, analytical. They can be shy. They are very modest. They love to organize. And on this organizing part, I had built some ideas. So first thing is inspired by bullet journaling. So you could say bullet journaling as the idea, but specifically I was thinking about the tracking, the ... tracking that you see most of the times in bullet journals. For example, mood trackers, period trackers, whether or not you drink enough water. There are so many things that you can track, and I think this is something that is very organized for you. It gives you a great overview, and that sounds just as the right thing for Virgos. So that's what I had in store for you, Virgos. And then on to Libra. And Libra, one of my fave zodiac signs. No, yeah, it actually is. No, we're not favoring anyone. But they are just so aesthetic. They are very charming, very romantic, social, easygoing, very fair. They have a sense of what is fair and what isn't fair. If you look at their archetype, which is the one with the scales, they are very idealistic, which I think has to do with their archetype, and they are very sympathetic. And for my Libras, who in my opinion are very much lovers of the beautiful things in life, they love to have their aesthetic all worked out, I guess. I was thinking about vision boarding, because that gives them a chance to make those visual appealing pages in their journal, but also gives a sense of planning their future ideal events by selecting all those images that they feel attracted to. And something else that is very fitting for Libras is a gratitude journal, as they are very grateful, elegant signs. I'm not a Libra myself, by the way, before you think I am, and then you think that I am hyping up this zodiac sign because of that. A gratitude journal, I have one myself, but you can do this in many ways, but the idea is that you write down things you're grateful for every single day. This can be a list of 10 things, or just a simple story of what happened that day that you're thankful for, grateful for. In essence, it's about writing down something you're grateful for. Then we go on to Scorpio. Scorpios are very exciting, very powerful, very passionate, intuitive. Also, they can be quite emotional. I mean, it is a water sign after all. Forceful, determined, they know what they want. But Scorpios are, from my point of view, also very, or can be a bit mystical. And I think they also have a very deep sense of trying to figure out themselves and what they want and how they feel. And that's why I think their journal should be about deep introspection, also known as shadow work. And shadow work in journal terms is basically the more darker journal prompts, the more challenging journal prompts, the journal prompts that really make you question your belief systems, your own personality, who you are, who you want to be, what really matters to you, what is that spark inside you, what drives you, what are things in your childhood that happened and how can you work past them. It's really a lot, I guess, to work through all this. If you Google on Pinterest or whatever, shadow work, you will find so many prompts. And since this is, I think, a very heavy, more difficult journal thing, I decided to leave it with this. So, shadow work. Scorpios, I know you can do it. I know you kind of like to do it. Next, we have Sagittarius. Sagittarius is a very playful, positive sign. They are very optimistic. They love their freedom. They are very honest, straightforward, philosophical, intellectual. And on those things, I mainly traits that I considered when I chose their kind of perfect journal page ID, which will be morning pages, because of their very intellectual side, their very philosophical side, and because they are so optimistic and have always this happy energy. So morning pages is something that comes from the artist way, which is basically that you write every morning 3 pages, simple train of thoughts, and just a stream of conscious writing, unconscious writing. I don't know if it's conscious or unconscious. Anyway, I think this is great for your thoughts, your intellectual side, but also a great way to get all this negativity out. Not that you're a negative sign or a negative person, but I think it really amplifies your positive side, because in case there is some negativity lingering in your head, you have the chance to just write it down onto the paper, and then it's gone out of your head. Another thing for my Sagittarians is life lessons, which is also something I linked to the how many times do I have to say this? Philosophical side. I can say it when it's just a word, but if I say it in a sentence, I just stumble over my words. Anyway, life lessons, a journal where you write down all the important life lessons that you learn, the date that you learn them, and then you have like this holy book of life lessons, which I think that will be very valuable for you personally, and it's something that I think will help you a lot in your later life or just your life in general. So those 2 ideas for you, Sagittarius, and then we go on to Capricorn. Very ambitious, very practical, patient, careful. You're also very reserved, very disciplined. And for Capricorn, I don't know, my personal view of Capricorns is that they have this idea of what they want and they want to go for it. They want to get their successes and make it all happen. And that's why I came up with the idea of goal setting. And there are so many ways to do this. You can work with goals for every 3 months. You can work with main goals and dividing them into smaller goals. There are templates of how you can do goal setting. There are even special journals for this, and describing what it is that you want and how you are gonna get it, because I know you like to do that. And then also a success journal, which is a bit fake, but listen, we have 12 zodiac signs, and I try to make 2 IDs or come up with 2 IDs for every single zodiac sign. So sometimes the IDs are very fake, but they are there. So let me explain. A success journal is more about the successes that you've had in your life and writing about them. And this can feel very cocky, I guess. Like, oh, why would I write down all my successes? But I think this can be a great reminder for yourself of what you're capable of in times of doubt or in times that you don't think you're able to carry through. You can flip through your success journal and see all the great things that you did in your life and see how you made them happen, what you did in order to get to your result that you wished for, and just log it all down in your success journal to help you further in the future. So that's a success journal. Then we go to Aquarius. They are very honest, very loyal, a very original sign. They are very inventive. They can come up with great ideas. They are very intellectual, very independent, and also very friendly. So for Aquarius, I had the idea of an idea journal, which is basically, I know you like to come up with ideas. I know that's your inventive side and innovative side. You want to do things a bit differently, try to make new things, try to create things or work on things in a different way. And an idea journal is simply writing down all those thoughts inside your head, all those great ideas, writing them down somewhere so that you won't forget it. And then sometimes if you feel less inspired or you need an idea, you can just browse through all your ideas and see whatever idea you want to work on this time. And maybe an idea journal can also serve as a journal where you write out plan how you want to work on your idea, how you want to make it happen. A bit related to this is the other idea, which is a manifestation journal. This is the only thing that I have set at 2 zodiac signs. Taurus did also get manifestation journal. So manifestation journal. And that's simply that you write down what you want to happen and how you're gonna make it happen, how you are gonna manifest whatever it is that you want. This can be through scripting, which is what I specifically suggested for the Taurus zodiac sign, but for you this can be also it's in the more broader way of the word, I guess, but just writing down what you want to manifest and how you're gonna manifest it. That's it for you, my Aquarius. And then on to the last zodiac sign in the list, which is Pisces. Hello Pisces. Was it worth the wait? No, I think you skipped to this part probably. But you're very sensitive, very imaginative, very dreamy. You're compassionate, kind, very selfless, sympathetic and intuitive. I feel like you are the daydreamer and also the night dreamer. So of course you know what I'm gonna say next, what I'm suggesting for you, which is a dream journal. If you don't do this already, I think you will love it. And maybe you're thinking like, but I don't remember my dreams. But you can train yourself to remember your dreams by dream journaling. It really helped me remember my dreams. In the beginning it was hard, and suddenly I got in this flow of remembering dream after dream after dream, and I wrote them down. And the cool thing is that if I read it back, I can visualize the dream completely as it was the time that I dreamt it. It's all still in my mind, exactly how I visualized it. That's crazy. And then for the more spiritual ones, you can search on the internet for the dream meanings, the symbols, and what their meanings are in your dream. And that can be sometimes very interesting, because then you see something that actually makes sense. And isn't that what we love? Making connections in our brain. And another idea for you is a poetry journal. I think this is very self-explanatory. It's just you writing down your poetry, your little stories, because you're very dreamy and romantic, I would even say. And isn't poetry one of the most romantic and dreamy things you can do? And that's it for you, Pisces. And that's also it for this complete video. So I hope you liked it. Please like, comment, subscribe. It would make my day. And I hope you liked it. And I see you in my next video. Bye.